We've had a tough school year, a head-blowing, should I put y'all on the school bus type of year. I'm just speaking my truth, and for some of you guys, you're going to relate. And for new homeschoolers, it just simply shows that it won't always be rainbows and unicorns. Because of our school year, it's critical that this summer, me and my kids take time to reconnect. So today's video, we will chat about my plans for the summer. So stay with me if you want to find some ways to get through the summer break without learning regression, and also hear some ideas on how to use the summer period to nurture your family spirit. Hello, hey there, super mamas and super papas. I'm Erica, mother of three. We are going into our 8th year of homeschooling. I consider us a eclectic secular homeschool family, and on my channel we dive into homeschool, parenting, womanhood, sprinkled with a bit of health and fitness in there. So if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button to follow us on our journey. So I mentioned that this year was a tough year. Yes, I felt a different energy in our house that not only affected homeschool, but also affected the overall family dynamic. I see a change in the kids, their general attitude, meaning they give me way more attitude, their self-esteem and communication, and there's way more fussiness and yelling and brother-sister rivalry. And listen, I know it's a process. Life happens, things change, our children go through stages, we go through situations. And I feel it's so important during times like this that we embrace that imperfection and persevere. Now, I have to be honest, the difficulty we had this year is very likely due to a very major change that we had in our house that has completely altered our rhythm. At some point, I hope to make a video about that big change, but I can tell you right now, that will be a girl chat where we sit down with some wine and a good cocktail. But for now, we're just gonna focus on the summer plans. We just finished our last week of school, and I am now busy finalizing the plans to get us through the next 7 to 8 weeks. Oh, how I would love to just ship them away to a stay away camp, which would be a blast for them and a break for me. But unfortunately, it's not an affordable option for us right now. And I really feel that being together this summer is important. It will allow us to reestablish some old routines that we had, improve our family bond, and give us time to nurture some life skills that's going to allow them to contribute more to the household. This is something we had before, but we lost it because of those changes we experienced. And what I see is that contribution really increases their confidence and some way improves overall cooperation in their homeschool work and other daily routines. So I really look forward to getting that back this summer. Now, funny enough, a couple of days ago, I spoke to another homeschool mom who also felt that this year was a total flop for her. Now, I was not happy to hear that it was a total flop for her, but it was a relief to hear that I was not the only one being challenged this year. And I'm actually curious, how was your homeschool year? What are some of the challenges that you guys face? So feel free to leave a comment in the box below. What I'd like to do now is to move into my summer plans. My approach is to break it down into sort of 4 parts. 1 is avoiding learning regression. 2 is using the time to nurture family. The 3rd is my general school year prep. And the last but not least, my 4th part with the summer will be recharging my battery. And you guys know we need to charge our batteries. Now, first, let's talk about preventing summer slide, pretty much eliminating that shock of starting the school year again. Now, last summer, 2022, I intended on doing light learning time, but that's when our big change occurred. And at the beginning of the summer, I just threw all that stuff out of the window, and me and the kids ended up just hanging out and taking a break. It completely bit me in the bum though, come August, September, when we had to start school. The kids were completely resistant to it, and it took us almost a month to get back into a mode. This summer, I'm sticking to the plan. We're gonna have a modified learning program, and we will take about an hour to an hour and a half every day to do a little bit of work just so we can refresh ourselves and stay strong with all the skills we need to do. I'm gonna break that down into about 6 activities that we will be doing just for preventing that summer slide. The first thing that we would do, which traditionally I wouldn't do this every year, but we're going to finish a curriculum. I want to finish off our Singapore dimensions. We're right now in the middle of the textbook, and I really want us to complete it. It just doesn't feel good. In addition, I've printed out some flashcards so we can master multiplication and division. This will be essential for us as we go into new year so the kids are really strong with their mental math. The second thing that we're going to do that I'm super excited about, we are starting a new subject that we usually don't have time for, which is history. We are going to be starting history requests, and it's sort of my way of discreetly slipping in some real official schoolwork. And the nice thing with this program is it allows us to gather together as a family and read. And the added bonus is that they get to start their journey through early history. And based on where we are in the units, I'm going to supplement with documentaries, other picture books, and any other online materials I find. And I'm really excited about starting this book, not only for the kids, but for myself, because I was a math and science nerd when I was in school, and I never liked history, and perhaps it was because of it. But now I actually look forward to going back in time with the kids and for us to learn together. Now, in the future, I'll definitely want to make a video about this curriculum, like a flip through or how we use it or year in review, because there are very few secular history courses out there. So I'm curious how the kids and I sort of enjoy this program. The third thing that we will do is fine-tune our handwriting. We will be working on handwriting with the Handwriting Without Tears Can Do Print Workbook. Now, the Can Do Print Workbook is designed for 5th grade and up, and it's for reviewing and improving their print writing. My son has been working hard on his cursive all year, and it looks fabulous, but I did see there was a regression in his print work, so we need to go back and practice that again. And my daughter, she's just starting with cursive and still needs to refine her print, so this workbook will also be beneficial to her. Now, despite being a digital world, I find penmanship very important. Now, my daughter often says, well, why do I need to write when I can just type? And I say, hey, you never know, you might be sitting somewhere, you need to stick a little note on a pigeon and let it fly. So yes, legible writing is super important for me in my house. The fourth thing that we're going to be doing is working online with a program called iExcel. Now, if you're not familiar with iExcel, we've been actually subscribed for almost over a year with it, maybe 2 years, and it covers a very wide range of subjects, including math, language arts, social studies, science, and this year we will only focus on iExcel, but there are plenty of other programs for you guys to check out. In the past, we have also done Adventure Academy, ABC Mouse when they were of age for that, Beast Academy for mathematics, and for writing, we have used Night Zookeeper. I will put links to all of those in the box below. The fifth thing that we are going to enjoy is OutSchool. We learned about OutSchool about 2 years ago, and we've tried a couple of classes, which both of the kids have enjoyed and have been great. And OutSchool is an online teaching program that allows kids to choose from and enroll in like thousands of different live small group classes. Now, they have a enormous variety of classes that's really phenomenal, and your kids can enjoy things from art, gaming, book clubs, dance, creative writing, cooking, history, piano, coding, STEM, the list goes on. We will definitely be signing up for a couple of virtual classes during the summer. Now, the sixth thing that I'm going to have the kids do is I'm going to encourage journal writing. Let's see how this goes. I've bought my 2 oldest journals, and I'm going to encourage them to journal their summer adventures, to throw in little pictures and write how they are doing. The seventh thing that we're going to do is summer reading list. I may be a little bit late to the game, but this week we're going to select all the books we would like to read and reserve those through our library and pick them up. And I just hope that everything is still available. I also encourage you to do the same through your library. And what they often have at the library during the summer are summer contests. So we are a bit excited because this will be our first year that we participate in one of the library summer reading contests. Let's see how it goes. Second big block of summer stuff is nurturing family time. Let's talk about fun activities that you can do together during the summer. I have 5 main things that we are going to do to sort of nurture this family spirit. The first is subscription boxes. Now, we are already big fans and subscribers of KiwiCo and Mel Science. This summer, we are going to try out Mr. Mark Rober's Crunch Labs. And like a child, I am totally geeked out to do this program because I eagerly await when Mark Rober puts out a new video on YouTube. Now, normally subscription boxes are on a monthly basis, but Mr. Ober was very clever and he's come out with a summer program where the kids will receive on a weekly box a package. I will definitely make a video to show you guys how we experience the Crunch Labs subscription box. The second thing that we're gonna do to nurture our family spirit is excursions and field trips. So think of what you can do to explore your city or your state, because nothing's better than a little road trip. For us, we plan on spending some time just going to the local museums and some of the family entertainment spots like trampoline parks and race cars and things like that. And the other thing that we're going to get to do, because we're in Florida, is we're going to take a little short trip up to Orlando as a road trip. The third thing we're going to do is enjoy some outdoor time. We're lucky, like I said, to live in Florida, so we actually get to enjoy being outdoors all the time. And I love summer. Most people are running away from here during the summer, but for me, it is phenomenal. The beach water is really warm, and we're lucky to live close to the water, so I'm going to enjoy beach time. I'm going to go to the botanical gardens. We will go to some of the biking trails and even some of the local preserves. So think about it. There are always certain opportunities and experiences that you and your kids can enjoy in your area. The fourth thing, which is so important to me, is establishing or reestablishing good routines with chore charts. This summer, I'm going to get back to using responsibility charts to allow the kids to contribute to our house and reinforce responsibility, not only to the household, but responsibility to themselves and daily habits that are helpful to establish. Now, in the past, this worked really well for us, and it reduced a lot of fussing and nagging that I had to do. And it provided sort of clear guidelines to what needed to be done in the house to earn device time. It does take some effort, and that's why I lost doing it in the beginning for me to enforce these charts. But once we're doing it consistently, then it gets easier and the kids begin initiating all those routines on themselves with the help of the checklist. So it's going to be vital for me to get back and using these so we can get everything back to somewhat normal in the house. Now, fifth thing is keeping our dedicated family night. We've always had sort of Fridays as our pizza night that we share with friends and family. And even though a lot of our closest friends are going back to Europe and traveling to see their family during this time, I'm going to keep that as a special night. So we'll be playing Uno and poker and any games that we can pull out. The third part of my summer is just general school year preparation. A little bit boring, but necessary. I will deal with working on the general school year prep with buying school supplies, reading through my curriculums, organizing the calendar, and opening up my cabinets and pulling out all the things that I need to prepare. Right now, the biggest thing for me is that my little one, my 3-year-old, is ready to do pre-K lessons. So I'm going to be pulling out all of my old materials that I've used with the older two and getting that organized and ready for him. There's a 5-year gap between him and my middle child, so I'm almost feels like I've lost some of the stuff, like memory of what I used to do. But the fun part now is that my 2 older ones, and definitely my middle child, will enjoy sort of participating and helping me out and doing some of his learning activities. Last but not least is the fourth, is recharging my battery. It's so important to find the time to recharge yourself. Being a homeschool mom is a unique and rewarding experience, but the load we carry can be extremely stressful. We are mother, teacher, mentor, coach, chauffeur, what else? The list goes on. Again, of course, we should be exercising self-care throughout the year. But I personally find that the summer months are a perfect time to establish new routines or just get back into old habits, healthier habits for yourself. So I'm going to be following what I call my get it together girl routine that helps me refocus on my overall health and well-being. Now, I love paddleboarding, sailing, and tennis, so I'm going to take the summer to indulge in those activities as much as possible. So yes, take whatever time that you have during the summer for yourself so that you are mentally, physically, and spiritually ready for the new school year. Now, that is my summer. I invite you guys to enjoy this time to get organized, recharge, reconnect, and keep learning alive. Thank you for staying with me through this video. Share your summer plans and ideas in the comments below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you won't miss my next video, and all the programs and any of the books that I mentioned during this video will be found in the description box below. Go forth and conquer, super mamas and super papas. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.